Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about my Amorphage deck. This is the Amorphage Kaiju Magical Abductors in this deck as well. But anyway, let's take a look at some replays and we'll check out the deck profile here at the very end. We'll start off with the one I lost. It's just 3 random videos I did all in a row. Playing that extra deck Monarchs. Not the most meta looking deck. He is running Speedroids. Gofu's in here, Dark Dragon's in here, Brilliant Fusion's in here. But he just starts going off anyway. He don't really care about what's going on, about people saying Monarchs are dead. He's just activating effect after effect after effect after effect. And I kind of bricked on my side of the field. I opened Terraforming Persona, which is just, you know, some field spells, it's alright. Some field spells, it's alright to get more than one per turn, like a Sky Iris maybe, or even like a Domain. But this was not that. I had the Slumber in my hand, so I was thinking it was not in too bad a shape, and then Erebus got rid of that card. I was a little confused as to why he got rid of Domain, because that got rid of his boost that he would have gotten for Aether. I traded in, got real excited about the trade, and traded in that, I believe it was the Kaiju that I had, yeah, the Dorian. Drew a Scapegoat and another Persona, so I drew all 3 copies of Persona in essence, because I drew a Terraforming as well. So I got a dead Terraforming on the field. He activates Frost Blast to try to get rid of my Scapegoat. That don't work, not today. He's got BLS in his deck too, not the most meta version of Monarchs. Actually, if he just cut, to be honest, if he just cut the little text that he's running, like Illusionary Snatcher, Dark Dragon, Blackluster Soldier, and the Speedroids, because he was running more than a 40 card deck. So if you just got those, he'd actually have a pretty good deck on his hands. He didn't summon Blackluster Soldier. I would have just done it for nostalgia purposes. Like I did this entire duel, but I didn't know what he was running. I didn't know Blackluster Soldier and Speedroid Terratop was sitting there. So he makes Titanic Galaxy and Constellar Ptolemy M7, and I didn't have a whole lot. I top decked that Olga last turn, and I get the exact card I needed, but Titanic Galaxy, and I kind of misplayed here because I set Olga first and then activated Infection. I should have activated Infection first to make it seem like, oh, maybe I have a Regeki in my hand, but he negated that. And so that didn't do too well. A couple duels before that, I took on another Monarch. This was Domain Monarchs. He is running Zamborg, Trick Clown, another Blackluster Soldier, but a pretty standard Monarch deck profile. And he had a scoop because I opened actually well. I opened double Twin Twister, which was kind of bad, double Olga, but I opened I opened Gluttony, excuse me, and Olga. So that meant no effects for you. So yeah, he has the Rhoda to get to Idea, but he can't activate Idea's effect. He has the Tenacity to search for any Monarch spell to trap, but even if he gets to Stormforth, he can't necessarily he can't tribute this because it's not a tribute summoned monster. So I'm just going to continue to gain advantage regardless of what he tries to do. So that was a really quick match after watching the EDM match. Was blown right by us. But anyway, I take out an Amorphage deck that has a 6 card extra deck, and I'm just dying to see what was in here. Oh, he's running some Draco Slayers, that's why. So he opens. I'm gonna pause for a second. Mega Capital G this up for a little bit. He opens pretty well. Starts off with the Ignite Reload to shuffle back in some cards, but then he gets Nortez or he gets Sloth and Gluttony. Summons Envy. It's a pretty decent field, all things considered, but this is where my attack choice of the Kaijus does really well. And Magical Abductor, she activates herself. For some reason, he chain listed to that. I summon out Dorgan. On my side, he gets Gamseal. Infection goes off. I'm a little upset about that, but then I activate my Infection, get my Lux out, so no more spells for you if they're like an Ignite Reload or a generic spell. I summon Wrath. I summon Olga, or Wrath. It is Wrath. I normally summon Gluttony. And then look at this field. He is boosting mine as well. The mirror for Amorphage is really bad. But look at that. I knew I had a better deck than him because he is running Ignite Reload. He was running just a bunch of just not very good cards. And let's take a look at that deck profile. It's no side deck yet so far, but I think it's actually pretty consistent. I'm running 3 copies of Durgoron, 2 copies of Gamma Seal, 3 copies of Goliath for trade-in targets, 2 Magical Abductor, 2 Wrath because he's the biggest one, 2 Lux to stop those spells, and then 2 Gluttony. I'm not running Wrath, even though I would consider it, because I'm running Twin Twister instead, because I think Twin Twister is just a better card. And I'm only running 2 Lux, or 2 Lechery and 2 Abductor, because it kind of clogs any more than that. I'm running 1 Raigeki to go along with 3 copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, so like, he's never going to have an if he has an established board, then I just get rid of it. For draw power, I'm running the 1 Upstart, 3 trade-ins, and a supply squad. The reason I have the supply squad in there actually isn't because these guys tribute their monsters, because obviously that wouldn't get supply squad off. It's actually there just in case I have monsters on the field, if I activate Slumber, or if my scapegoats get hit, my sheep tokens get hit, I can be drawing pluses off a supply squad. Not to mention adding cards in my hand with Infection, because I'm running 3 of those, only 2 Persona and 1 Terraforming to run 3 copies of it, and rounding it off with 3 Twin Twister. I really like the deck, and that's why I decided to share with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Click that like, click that subscribe, and have a good day.